Today is no different than any other meeting that we've been having in the last 3 or 4 months with science. It's an update on where we're at in the next generation of science standards. So with that preface, I want to turn it over to Matt. Thank you.
The goal of this science leadership team would be to fashion a roadmap for the long-term vision of science education in the state of Kansas. To get us away from putting out fires and looking at the big picture and the long view of what we want to build up our science education programs in the state to a higher level. I actually think we're at a pretty good place right now, and that's come across in a couple of different results, but I think Kansas actually has a pretty high quality science education. I do also want to address at this time what I think is probably the elephant in the room. We've seen several articles coming out lately about a variety of different things, including the topic of evolution. I really hope that in this process and giving updates that I haven't given anyone the impression that what we're doing is determining the content in this process right now, because the content was established by the framework. And I hope that that's a message that everybody gets about what this process is, that we're in the middle of this process of making sure that standards are aligned to the K-12 framework for science education. When these standards are completed, they will, of course, as part of being a lead state, we agreed to give them serious consideration. That means we do have a voice at the end and the board will have the decision as to whether or not these are the standards for Kansas. But right now what we're trying to do is the work of aligning those things to the framework. I do want to add to that issue that evolution has not been a contentious issue in my committee. It really hasn't been a topic of conversation. I think that is in part because they really understand what their task is. And I really feel that my role in these updates is to represent the perspective of the committee to you, so you understand what that process is. And actually I have a few pieces of that feedback that I was able to get to wrangle out and provide with you today, and I'll get to those things in just a minute. But I just want to make sure that we acknowledge where we're at and where we're hoping to go.